capable of, right? Because we're live. I didn't want to leave my admiring audience without something at 6 p.m. on a Friday. So you guys are able to look in on another adventure for what is now the 3 Musketeers of Miami Jeet Kune. Usually it's 2 of us, me, Ron, but we've roped my good friend. So this is Jose Doc Garcia, who has been my student since 1992. So he's a longtime student, longtime close friend, and longtime dentist, right? So we all flew in earlier today, and we're trying to contemplate if we're going to go to the Inasano Academy, because it's possible that Sifu Dan is not in town, so we might not go there. But tomorrow we're headed to Cas Magda's for a weekend seminar with him. But what we're trying to determine right now, and I'll put you guys on the spot, is are we going to try to hit the Kali Academy address and take pictures there? Because I'm trying to what do you call it? Document. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. This is why I keep him around. Right. I'm trying to document as
Well,
much
you
of
giving
this.
me an instruction of the historical environment that we're in, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy to be hanging with you and
Yeah.
experiencing this.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to hit the Kali Academy location tomorrow morning, and then from there head into Chinatown to the College Street address, and then head into the Valley and do the seminar with Cass. So if you guys never hear from me again, it's because these
It's our fault.
two exhausted the crap out of me, and I just died in LA.
We got lost.
Right, yeah. But dying in Marina Del Rey, close to the Inasano Academy, there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? The other thing I wanted to point out is, so you know me, when I travel, I try to pretend to be like a Marley family member, right? Ron,
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Ron is like a walking billboard for the Inasano Academy.
That's the
And
best.
then, well, I'll show you a picture of Doc later on in post-production. He's like a character from, I don't know, like Sherlock Holmes or something, right? But here's the other thing I wanted to ask you about. So Ron's been coming out here, we found out, for 14 years, right? So yeah, so Ron's been coming out to LA for a long time, almost as long as I've been alive. And
What a baby.
you have experienced Cas Magda, you think,
You
right?
reminded me that he came out to
Because
your
he's been
academy
to
at one
Miami.
time. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you might have been there. All right. So do you have any apprehensions, any expectations, any thoughts? I mean, any hopes and dreams about doing stuff at the Magda Institute? Or, I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole
Apprehension,
project?
none.
Yeah.
I'm here by osmosis. I want to experience your appreciation for the art that I love through your input. When I came to Miami, I wanted to do JKD. I had never had the opportunity, and I looked you up, and I was hooked. You had your first establishment in
The warehouse.
the warehouse,
Yeah.
and we did an introduction. And I had read about Bruce Lee, and coming from Cuba, I thought I was 5'8" when I came here. I was 5'7". Being a little guy and seeing the big basketball players and the football players in school, I said, I need to learn some good stuff, because if I have to defend myself, I may be in a bad position. So, long story short, I started training with you, and through your interpretation of JKD, I learned how to appreciate not only the art of self-defense, but also the philosophical aspect of it, which I've always been interested in, expanding potential.
Yeah.
So I'm here to further
You're gonna soak
my
up whatever,
insight.
right? You're gonna soak up whatever it is
Yeah.
that's put out there. You did not know Cas Magda,
Not until you introduced me to it.
right?
Yeah.
Until a few months ago.
That's right.
And this is, I don't know if I ever told you this. So I take Ron to meet Cass, because I'm like, look, if we're in LA, and we're going to the Inasano Academy. If we're going to make any side trips, there's only one other place to go, and that's the Magda Institute. So we went down there, and up there, right? So we went up there, right? And by the way, do not take GPS. Do not listen to GPS. Just call me if you're in LA. I'll tell you how to get everywhere. And so we're there. Cass drags me on the training floor because he's teaching the Kali class. So you're talking with Eleanor, right, or what have you. So, and I just went there to say hello, not to train or anything.
I signed us up for 2 seminars.
He signed us up for 2 seminars.
I'm looking at the. Oh, okay.
Right. So long story short, like you just said, that's why we're back here. What do you? So we did the
FMA
this right, the FMA Tactics of the Masters. Feels like a few weeks ago.
It was like a month ago.
Right.
Maybe a month and a half ago.
Right. Okay. So what are your hopes, dreams, expectations, apprehensions for this weekend?
I think it's going to be amazing. I assume he's going to be showing us, techniques that come out of, Chisa, or techniques that come, off the dummy.
I have no idea.
Whatever. It's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like training with crew. I mean, you just take what's offered, and you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know that seafood has gas in high esteem, same as Kent.
Yeah.
So your go-to encyclopedic knowledge seems to bounce between these upperclassmen of yours.
It's like we were talking on Facebook the other day, and I think I said something like, in terms of my first seminar in California, and I said something like, came for Bruce, as in Bruce Lee, but stayed for Dan, as in Dan Inasano. And afterwards, later on, I was thinking, I stayed for Dan and Cass is actually more accurate, because I was like, I want to be like these two guys, So yeah. All right. So I just want you guys to be aware, and I didn't want to leave you hanging with nothing from me on Friday at 6 p.m. So we will. What was the word you used?
We'll adventure around.
Well, we will adventure, right?
Documenting.
Indian lunch was good. Indian,
Oh,
it
very,
was
very
good,
good.
right?
Good
Okay.
choice. Good choice.
Yeah. So I'm already doing things the right way, right? So we'll document as much of this little weekend trip as we can and share it with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you soon.